Hey everyone, on the way to go get the crescents. It's Tuesday morning. Don't have to go very far, just go on the other side of town. Because the truck driver texted me just before 1 o'clock and my alarm went off at 1. So and we had some problems last night after I got done with collections. So we had to stay with my grandma again. The manager at the Hampton Inn in Defiance, Ohio, I'm not going to say any names, but me and her had a problem. I was on the phone talking to Allstate because the Allstate adjuster was asking me questions about the fire, and he had came in from taking prints outside, and the manager called up and she asked us to leave. She told us that the dog's aggressive. Well, then I got a hold of the company that set us up in the temporary housing. They said, well, they can't do that. I said, well, they did. I said, they don't want us to stay there. Well, then she had stated, well, you guys can stay here, but the dog has to go somewhere else. I told her, me and her got into it because she goes, well, I know we're a pet-friendly hotel. She goes, but I don't like dogs. She said, I never have. I said, then why do you work at a pet-friendly hotel? She goes, well, I'm the day manager. I looked at her and I said, okay, fine. I said, if that's how you feel. I said, even though my insurance company said that I'm here until the 8th, which was today, because it was Sunday evening, Monday, and then checked out today at 11 a.m., which would be Tuesday. Well, I wasn't going to stay there another night. So I told them, and then the temporary housing company, I explained the whole situation to them. She goes, they can't do that. And I said, well, they did. I said, they told me that I had to find a different place for the dog because the manager doesn't like dogs. So me and her got into it. Well, then I just woke up this morning and noticed I had a text message from Allstate, which is who I have my renter's insurance through, that said, due to the extent of the damage, we extended your stay at the Hampton Inn. Okay, great, except the manager doesn't like dogs. So I emailed the adjuster back from Allstate and I said, well, that doesn't work. I said, the manager doesn't like dogs, and I said, she basically threw us out. I said, even though it was a pet-friendly hotel, I said, she doesn't like dogs. And I said, we're staying with family, because it's the truth, we're staying over at my grandma's again. But I wasn't going to tell them that he ended up getting us a place that's pet-friendly through his insurance, because Allstate will only cover 2 weeks. But they were going to extend it to today. Well, then after they saw the pictures and the extent of the damage, they're going to arrange some kind of a vendor to catalog stuff and help us go through things. And it's like, okay, great, but that doesn't really help us because the hotel that we're staying at, they don't really want us there because the manager doesn't like dogs. So it's like, okay, whatever, because I sent the adjuster a message on the app. So, but I am just getting ready to get to the crescent, so, but I'm going to stop it right here. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good day. Bye.